Welcome to the Creation Evaluation Station. Today we'll be evaluating this. It's a Ninjago's Thunder Dragon EVO. Oh, Ninjago's Jay's Thunder Dragon EVO, pardon me. And here is the back of the box. And got the white back. I'm kind of happy with this because I've worked in retail. Like I said, I like to show the back of the box because sometimes people will flip them around and leave them that way, and then you don't get to see it. But I think it's quite evident that this is the back of the box. So that's one nice thing, that it won't be quite so confusing. Now this is a 6+ set. It's set number 71760. It is 140 pieces and is on the Lego website for $19.99. This is going to be different. I'm always excited to put dragons together, but quite frankly, this is one of the smaller dragons. Already, they don't look the best, but we'll see how they come out in the end. So let's go do that. Here we are with the contents of the box. We have one decent sized but decent thickness but small sized instruction booklet. We have one rather large bag with a lot of pieces, and a second smaller bag with not quite so many pieces. So yeah, that's it. No stickers. Here we have our characters for the series set. We have the what's it called? The Viper Flyer, and of course Jay here. Jay also comes with his hairpiece, which we'll strip them down so we can see a better look and check them out with his hair. Here they are, all stripped down. Snake guy's lost his head, but you can better see his chest that way without the neck piece going down. Some really nice printing on him and the legs as well. Jay looks great over there in his gi. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the color, not really the color, the style they're going with the ninjas. Like I said, they kind of don't match with the much more detailed snake guys, but must say I like the bright yellow on his highlights, pattern, whatever you want to call it, on him, because it really definitely differentiates between just plain blue or different shades of blue, because he'd look, you know, it gives him more of a, I mean, Nia's the water ninja, but he's blue too, which could, you know, be mistaken for water. One thing I don't like, but I can understand it. This is the standard hairpiece for him, including the blue headband, but his costume this year has a yellow headband, or this season I should say, has a yellow headband. And yeah, they should have almost given him a yellow one to match with his regular hairpiece. But, and let's turn around, check out the backs. Again, printing is really nice back there. And he got his goofy smiley face. Here he is in his pre-EVO form. He's kind of cute, but definitely got some weird proportions. They did some, try to do some shaping with the body, which I do appreciate, given how many pieces they actually had to use. He's got a bit of a weird stance. I mean, he can change angle, like he's faced up like this, but if we take move him down like that, he's got a much more lower gait facing. That tail is probably the worst looking part of him, in this form. It's a little too snubby, but he's okay. I'll say that. Oh, and he, if you pose his legs right, ta-da! You can't quite see like that, but he can stand up on his hind legs, which is pretty cool, I guess. There he is. Let's go finish him off and see what he looks like with all his special gear on. Here we have his completed form and everything else here as well. Villain is got, you know, these vibro wing thingies, which are kind of cool concept, although the fact that it's always static, you can't really imagine, or it's hard to visualize it flying. Obviously, I almost think they should have like made him like a helicopter type thing and had this thing spin on his back. That probably would be a little bit harder to build, but not impossible. But him aside, back to the main build here. This actually doesn't look that bad. I think a lot of the problems is actually with whoever took the photos and such, trying to do it. It's really not too bad shape-wise. Now, not a big fan of this kind of these tail pieces. It looks better here with the torso. And they did some nice, you know, shaping, trying to, with what little part budget they did. And the color scheme is really nice too. And I guess the gold on the wing doesn't look too bad. Still would have liked just plain yellow wings. That would be possible. But the color scheme looks good. The biggest problem with it isn't the actual color scheme, but it's the parts that don't match the color scheme. Considering it's such a small set, they kind of stick out a lot. Like right here where this gray hinge brick is, and these gray parts, and down here on the tail, the feet, the arms, the legs, the joints. I understand why they didn't mold them in a, you know, different color. They tend to not do special colors for pieces just for a specific set, but this case it would made it look a little bit better. Other than that, it's not bad looking. I mean, I'm not judging the appearance yet, but there's some things to say. Like, as I was saying about the photography, it's like they always show the wings out like at an angle here. That looks kind of stupid, to be honest. Who has wings growing out of their elbows? Now I have them up here like this. This doesn't look too bad. And it's not like it's able to fly like that, but it still, appearance-wise, doesn't look bad. And on top of that, if you take him and you fold him all the way down, he looks like he's got, you know, wings more like a wyvern. So he can fly like this, flap his arms. I mean, he can't stand on his front legs like that, but it looks better. And speaking of sitting on his hind legs, he can actually do that. Gotta pull up the tail and position the legs just so and balance them. It takes a bit of a balance. Now that's not too hard. Like, there he is. Oop. I knock him down with my own hand. But yeah, he's balancing himself. This is, oh, that is touching just a little bit. Oops. Let's try that again without bumping it. There you go. He's standing. He doesn't look great like that. I mean, Probably want to go like that. He does have a... Wow, can't really see. He does have posability here in his neck. So he can come down like this. And, you know, that's not the greatest, but it's not bad either. The fact that he can do that is makes it more fun. Jay might be having problems staying on his back, but that's that. Now, yes, the neck has a quick hinge going up and down like this. But there is side-to-side action, but only when it's in its straight state, or where it's parallel to the body. As soon as you bend it down, it loses that movement, simply because the parts are actually bumping against the main body. But, you know, at least he can look around a little bit when he's standing static. And since the model is essentially supposed to be down on all fours, that it works pretty good. It's got a nice saddle here. You can take the saddle off. I mean, that's part of the whole EVO thing, is he upgrades with the saddle. And this middle abdomen part helps make the legs look less gangly, like it did in the pre-power up form. And the tail looks better. Like they could just use an intermittent, smaller in-between part here. Like replace that, which is just a copy of that one, and put a slightly bigger piece in there or something. Because it goes from big to small, small, small. And the tail weapon thing, it looks pretty neat. It could use something bigger, but maybe. But it's not too bad. I mean, I think it just looks awkward with this middle piece here. Tail probably is alright. So, that's it. Pretty much, not too much else to show here. Open your closing jaw. Like I said, they should have had these pieces in a different color. But, and I think I've seen it in some of the other sets in different color, but it might be a different piece I'm thinking of. But let's get back to the desk and give him a final rating. Here we are back at the desk, and ready to give this his final review, and then I have some other things to say about this and a little bit of future news. So, appearance, I talk a little bit about it in the when I did the regular review, but otherwise it looks pretty nice. Like I said, there were some problems, I believe, with the photo. You know, their angles and how they did some of the promotional material made it look worse than it actually is. That said, it's still not the greatest thing in the world. They've had dragons at the same price point that are better looking. So not much more to say about that, considering I already said a lot. So, anyways, we'll just give it a grade. Appearance-wise, we are giving it an 8. You know, it's not amazing. It's not bad either. It's, you know, right about there in the middle. Function? Well, you know, it's a dragon. It looks basically like a dragon. Could look like a better dragon. Could look like a worse dragon, I suppose. But it functions fine. Probably the worst part is the wings. But as I showed in the other video, they aren't terrible. It's just how they're positioning. And to be honest, I don't know why. They could have simply figured out a way to put them on the back, so they actually look like wings coming off his shoulders that function a little bit better. But all the joints are great. The head movement's pretty good. We could probably use a little bit more. And they use a click hinge here, and it gives it plenty of stability, but makes a little tight movement, so I'm not sure why they didn't go with a ball joint there. But maybe they were worried about it being too heavy. But what it's there isn't bad either. So as far as function's gonna go, it's also going to get an 8, and it's gonna so far pretty mediocre. Now fun, there's plenty of fun here. It's a dragon. You're gonna have fun with the dragon, despite some of its flaws. We're, you know, we got 1-to-1 ratio for figures, good guys to bad guys, but the good guys also have a dragon, so it could have used another figure, and yeah, it could have easily used another figure for another reason, which I'll talk about later. But the fun's still here. I mean, the dragon's going to be fun no matter what. So it's going to get a 9. Yeah, a 9. This dragon's going to be fun no matter what, you know. Now, techniques. There's nothing amazing here technique-wise. Yeah, we have the EVO system, but honestly, the EVO system is pretty gimmicky, and there's nothing fancy about the build that makes the EVO system anything special. I mean, all you're doing is putting an extra segment in the tail, the body, just extra click, some pins in there. It's just, you know, it's okay. There's nothing amazing about it. There is some nice, you know, they did some work to give it some nice shaping rather than just have a kind of flat looking creature. It's not amazing, but they also didn't have a lot of pieces and a larger thing to work with. So that being said, the technique's getting an 8. And as you can tell, it's a pretty mediocre set. It's not an amazing dragon, that's for sure. So we do the math. It comes to an 8.25, which we round up to 8.5. So yeah, pretty mediocre Lego set. Now, price. Oh boy. This is where things get really gross. Because at only 140 pieces, it costs $20, $19.99. That's 14 cents per piece. Now, there are a couple bigger pieces here, although they're not that much bigger. Mainly the wings and the head pieces. Really, there's nothing else really big. Now, the top of the head and the wings are dual molded and they're large. That might be giving it a little bit more, but still, 14 cents is a lot. And because of that, it's getting a fail. This is a great set if you can get it cheaper on sale. I did the math. $5 off, $15 set. If this was a $15 set, it would be perfect. Be 10 cents per piece, be right on target. I'm not sure why it's not, unless they wanted it at that price point. The other set I've done so far in this series, well, no, I've done the Big Green Dragon. Big Green Dragon's great price, good price. And then I did the Zane's Mech, and both of those are decent prices. This one's pretty outrageous. And I'm not sure if it's because it's a dragon, they think they can get away with it, or it is these dual molded pieces are costing more. Looking into it, the next price range up are $30. And that's Lloyd's car, which is a fairly decent price. I didn't do the math straight up, but it looks better than this. And then Kai's Fire Dragon. The Fire Dragon is also quite a bit more expensive. And that was just roughly looking at it. I didn't sit down and do math. So either they think they can get away with them because the dragons are going to be more popular, or two, these large dual molded pieces are more expensive to make. I'm not sure which, because I really haven't had too many large dual molded pieces that I can think of. A lot of them, usually, a lot of the dual molding is done with the figures, you know, headbands and head sculpts and things along those lines. So I'm not sure. I'll have to keep an eye on that trend. But yeah, this is a better set if you could get it on sale. And considering it's a brand new set, it might be a while for that. And as I said before, $20. They've had $20 drags before that were better than that. That's better looking than this, and that's probably because they've had more pieces to work with. This is really only a $15 set. Now, I said earlier about the fun. If they put another bad guy in here, the price would actually be much better. So an extra figure would balance out that, and it would balance out the price much better. So unfortunately, yeah, this set as the booked price is going to get a fail. Keep an eye on it for sales, though. Other than that, it's a decent set. So the overall rating is going to be an 8.5 F, sadly enough. But speaking of the bad prices, I ended up buying 2 of them. And the reason being is I wanted to just see what we could do with these new parts, like the new wings and even the new legs and stuff, and see what we can come up with using 2 sets. Now, this is something I felt like needed to be done with something like this. And I wish this was a little bit cheaper set to have done it with, but we need to test limits, you know, and Lego isn't just what you can build, or what they tell you can build, it's what you can build with them. So we're going to check out these new pieces, this new system, by combining 2 of these. I don't know how soon it's going to come out. It's going to take me a little while to figure out how to build it. I have some ideas, but got to actually sit down and put it together. And I'll be doing that between videos, so I might not, between reviews anyways, I might not get done. Now, this is something I want to do in the future, more video or more mock type videos, but it's going to be more in the future when I have more viewers and stuff. It's essentially what I want to do for stage 3 of my channel, which right now I'm still on stage 1, which is basically try to get as many, get subscribers, get an audience. But mainly been doing reviews right now. But yeah, so we're gonna see what we can do with these. This probably wasn't the best set to do it with, but I had already some ideas what I wanted to try to do with it, which is one reason why I picked up 2. I probably could have done it with the Zane's mech, which would have been much cheaper, considering it's $2 or $10 and much better, bang for your buck. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't, subscribed, and leave comments down below, and share this with other people that you know that are interested in this hobby and stuff. And yes, please comment. That helps YouTube see my videos, see my channel, and help promote it. And we like to discuss these things. This set, there's definitely some things to talk about. This whole line is rather interesting. So yeah, leave comments down below. And I also have links to my to Facebook and I have links to Facebook and to Twitter, where you can receive notifications if you don't like YouTube's notifications. But I also have news updates as well on there, something you won't get with the YouTube notifications. But you can do that too. Ring the bell down there, and you'll know when the new video's out instantly. You know, there's a slight delay between that and me promoting it on my other channel or my other social media sites. So that's it for this. Hope to see you another time, and have a good day. And remember, creativity is key. Here we have the leftover pieces, and there's some really nice leftover pieces. Lightsaber hilt, 2 swords, including that new yellow colored one, and the oddest thing of all is an extra chain. I've never seen an extra chain before. I don't know if I've had a lot of people have problems with them breaking or something, but yeah, that's a really nice piece to have. So no kibble though, no actual Lego pieces, which is also a little bit odd, but there's no really small pieces to have duplicates of in here. But that said, these are really nice. Okay, here are the pieces in bag 1, and I must say this is really this yellow is very bright, especially underneath my lights. And let's start off with this really cool headpiece. It's dual molded. Got that really cool lightning design you see underneath, top side. And then the bottom jaw is just plain yellow, which is okay. These slow pieces, teeth. Maybe they're just spikes, but the more bright yellow really stands out. And got bright yellow plates. It's had a second bag with small parts, which it definitely has a lot of. And then we have both Jay and the snake guy in this bag. I think this has a lot of fun colored parts. Fun parts and fun colored parts both. So that's bag 1. Here's bag 2. Probably the EVO parts. We got these interesting wings. Gold against the trans yellow. I think it'd be cool if they were all trans yellow, but it's definitely an interesting color scheme. And I got a lot of other parts for upgrading it, including more bright yellow. Got the printed collector's piece here, and some little lightning bolts, and the rest of Jay's gear is here for his upgrade. That's it for bag 2. Not much here. Those are mostly in bag 1, but there it is.